Hey man, I just saw the funniest video with DMX talking to Fat Man Scoop. Okay, so here's the deal, right? DMX is absolutely right. Lloyd Banks is trash as fuck. He always has been, man. And when I say trash, in comparison to cats like DMX and them, he's complete trash. In comparison to Lil Pump, I mean, he's all right, I guess, but he's still very fucking mediocre. And see, this is the truth that a lot of y'all don't want to hear. The reality of the matter is that it's very obvious in rap who's mediocre and who's not mediocre. This is truth number one. Truth number two is that while there have always been sort of, I guess, to a certain degree, mediocre rappers that have come in and made some money and all that kind of stuff, I would argue that it wasn't until the 2000s that we really started to see a shit ton of mediocre rappers enter the game and they would get love and and I would sit there going like, huh? A shit ton. You gotta understand, man, I grew up in a different era. Okay? The people that were popular to me, the people that I listened to were DMX. I remember when DMX came out. Jay, Nas, um, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, who was I listening to real heavy? Gangstar, Mob Deep, Ghostface. I'm trying to think who else I was really listening to a lot. And I bought their albums. Nelly, I like Nelly. Um, but I wouldn't put Nelly again. But see, this is the thing. I know the difference. Nelly is an innovative artist. I've always said that, and I stand by that. I wouldn't put Nelly. He's not in the DMX and Mob Deep and Nas category, obviously, but he's innovative and he can rap. He's not a bad rapper by any stretch of the imagination. Nelly is a better rapper than Lloyd Banks. Someone is gonna sit here and go, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about," blah blah. Get out of my face, Goofy. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. A lot of y'all are troll accounts, probably still following me from internet days when I was on forums and shit. Some lame behind the keyboard setting up a new account just to try and talk to me. Y'all don't know shit about rap, man. A lot of y'all don't know. Nelly's a better rapper than Lloyd Banks. Ludacris is a better rapper than Lloyd Banks. I mean, come on, this is obvious. Okay, hip hop is it's not about just words on paper, and Lloyd Banks' words on paper aren't special. So I can't even talk about that shit. It's 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 how you approach the art form that makes you dope. Period. The art form, not how you approach the business, okay, or how you can get lames to co-sign your shit, wrestling fans to, buy into your garbage ass rap. You know what I'm saying? Like we're seeing with Griselda, who are the new Action Bronson. You know what I'm saying? And them the kind of niggas they like the weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that sounds kind of like something else, but isn't. You know what I mean? Like we're not talking about that. How you approach the business and which lames like you. We're talking about how do you approach this hip hop art form and what is it that you're doing to the art form? How are you twisting the art form that makes us go, oh wow, that's pretty cool. Damn, that's dope. You know what I mean? And you can tell who's doing it and who's not. I mean, enough of the bullshit. In the 2000s is when I started to really see all these new rappers come out the gate and they were all fucking mediocre. And they were usually like first name, last name, like kind of like a Lloyd Banks. Or they were Young something, Young Buck, Young Jeezy, or Lil, of course. You got Lil Wayne and a whole bunch of Lils. I don't even remember now. You know what I'm saying? Like these were always the sure signs of that mediocrity. It was people pretending like, oh, I've got since I have a first and a last name type of deal, then I'm a real human being. I'm a regular guy. And why wouldn't you want to listen to me? I'm just like you. You just like me. Why the fuck would I listen to you? I want to listen to niggas that is like on some other shit. That's like on another level from me, so I can learn something and be inspired by them. I'm not trying to listen to you. That's just like the regular guy that has nothing to say that's really all that interesting or isn't approaching the art form. You're just a dick rider. Like, I don't want to listen to a freaking dick rider make music. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is where it became. It started turning into dick rider music aimed at dick riders. You know what I'm saying? And not aimed at actual hip hop fans, right? It's always really funny to me how, like, Fat Man Scoop can throw out this list of great rappers, and in there he'll throw in Fabulous, which is fucking hilarious. Um, Lloyd Banks, Fred the Godson, and you're just like, what? These your friends or some shit? Come on, man. Come on. We know the difference. And look, DMX, he's an honest cat. You know, he right away was like Lloyd Banks. And, you know, most people are not DMX. See, DMX doesn't give a fuck. This has always been him. And he doesn't care. You know, he's unhinged. He will say what he needs to say. But most people are not like that in the business. And guaranteed, most people in the business, the talented ones, they think like DMX. They just don't tell you because they'd rather make money off you. Why, what, you know, what's it to them if, you know, you like to listen to Nipsey Hussle? You know, sure, yeah, we'll co-sign Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? You're going to give me some points on the album? Like, I mean, who knows what goes on backstage? Y'all don't know about points, do you? Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. I don't know if they still do points, but this music industry is shady as fuck, man. Y'all don't even have any idea of how deep this shit goes. Okay? So when you see your, you know, so-called rapper co-signing trash and you're going like, what? This doesn't make sense. Understand that there's a whole lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes that you're not privy to. And that's okay, but again, I wouldn't take their opinion seriously. Why would I? Like, I listen to people because they're dope, not because this person said they're dope. That's ridiculous. That's standery shit. But I'm getting away from the topic. The 2000s really saw a lot of these regular guy type rappers, and they were in every type of facet. So it was like regular backpacker guy, regular drug dealer guy, you know what I'm saying? Regular turn up guy, you know what I'm saying? Like all these guys that were just fucking regular. They were like stereotypes of things we'd already seen. And that's corny to me. I listen to archetypes and I listen to prototypes, okay? I don't listen to fucking stereotypes, okay, for the most part. I don't care about a stereotype. And if I do listen to a stereotype, I'm gonna know that they're a fucking stereotype. And I'm gonna keep it at that. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, you're on the same level as a Nas or you're in that conversation. Of course not. The fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And it's always annoying when industry folks throw in these names like they're just friends of theirs or they're clout chasing. You know, Fred the Godson just died, so I'm gonna throw his name out there. Fred the Godson ain't done shit, man. Respectfully. I mean, I don't know the guy. I have no beef with him personally. I don't have any, you know, it's not personal. You know, and I wish him and his family well. But my point is, he just wasn't that nice. I've heard some of his music. It really wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you could put Fred the Godson in a conversation with great rappers and then mention Slick Rick, Kane, DMX, Nas. It's just, it's ludicrous. You know it and I know it. So what's the point of even putting it in there? Just because he died? That's that weird, like, fake clout chasing shit. I don't even think it makes sense. Like, what makes sense and what's most respectful is honesty, not like dick riding and clout chasing. Just it rubs me the wrong way. And, you know, and it reminds me of like, you know, when you're in that supermarket and you like go to buy like golden berries or raspberries or blueberries or whatever, you know, blackberries, and you know you got the clear container so you can kind of see into them. But sometimes they kind of pack them a certain way, so you can't always see. Like there's a couple of berries that be moldy and shit, and you won't know until you open the packet. But it's just this rap reminds me of that sometimes. So it's like you go to buy this like blueberries that look amazing, right? And you're looking through the clear plastic, and there's a couple of these bunched together that are like rotten. You know what I'm saying? And you look at it and you're like, these berries clearly ain't on the same caliber as these fresh ones that look amazing and probably taste great. And that's what it is with obvious trash rappers. Like you can just tell. It's that obvious. You can look at it and be like, oh, y'all are bunching these names together, but they don't belong with this class at all. You know? But people in the industry are not going to keep it 100 with you like that. They're just not. Why would you expect them to? It's bad for business, okay? Don't be stupid. Like, I remember talking to somebody. I was in Brooklyn at the time. This was like a year ago. I was talking to someone who was very, very close to Prodigy. Okay, very close. And I remember I was talking to him and I was like, hey, rest in peace of Prodigy and all that. And I was telling him how like one of my favorite Prodigy videos is when Prodigy goes in on Fat Joe and Joe Budden and all that shit. You can find the video. It's funny. I might link it in the comments below. And I was telling him things like that is what made me such a Prodigy fan. I mean, of course, the music was incredible, but Prodigy kept it 1,000. And the dude, that I was talking to was laughing, and he was just like, "Look, listen, like that was bad for business. Like It's real. It was facts. What Prodigy was saying was 100% facts. All the rappers he named there were questionable at best, right? 100% facts. But keeping it that real is bad for business. And that's why most of these rappers are not going to come out and say that something is trash, because it's all relationships. That's what y'all fail to realize. So, someone like myself who doesn't have any connections to them and is just a regular cat on the street that listens to this stuff, I can sit here and be like, nah, that's trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, but y'all in the dick riding comment section get mad and go, you can't say that. Rakim says Eminem. You know, Rakim and Eminem got the same agent. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You don't think that Rakim and Eminem do business together and, have people that have managed them and, pass a friendly word on or whatever? Oh, can you just say something nice about my client? Might slide you a little something, or work harder for you to do this and that. Come on, man. It's a business. It's a business. So, yeah, man, I think that what DMX said was 100%. Lloyd Banks doesn't have a single song. Did he do Smile? I'ma make you smile. Da, da, da. That was alright, but I don't remember a single bar. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember anything about that record that was like, wow. And that's the point. DMX said, oh, name some bars. Give me 4 bars. And Fat Man Scoop started fumbling. DMX like, okay, all right, two bars then. And he couldn't say nothing. Meanwhile, Fat Man Scoop is out here later in the video quoting Coogee rap bars off the top like that. Come on, nigga. Come on. We know what it is. Oh, he threw Kendrick Lamar in there. I remember. Garbage ass. Kendrick Lamar really is in the list with Coogee Rap, Slick Rick and them. Then I asked him to quote a Kendrick Lamar line. Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Like, I can't quite remember. You know what I'm saying? But ask him to quote a Slick Rick bar and it comes out like that. That's what I'm talking about, man. Those guys, the mediocre niggas, they're moldy grapes. You know what I'm saying? They're not on the same level, man. They're past their prime. They're like, they're not even. They were never there. You know what I'm saying? At least moldy grapes is even a bad example because maybe moldy grapes at some point may have been great grapes. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar, Lloyd Banks, Fred the Godson, Red Cafe, Nipsey Hussle, Young Jeezy. The list goes on. These niggas were never them. They were never even ever dope. They were always mediocre as fuck from the get-go, if not downright trash. And we can tell the difference. Sorry if you can't.